Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Elite City Podcast. We are back, and we're here to talk some wrestling. What's up, man?
Hey, first, before we get into it too much, this is a topic I didn't have on my list, but I'm just gonna get right into it. What did you think of all the 6 straight shows, 3 weeks in Chicago?
It was really cool. I was actually in that building before. I saw Danzig Legacy there. I forget how long ago. But that place is super cool. Like, I mean, it looks cool on TV, but being there, it like has an aura. So those shows being there in person were probably really cool. But yeah, I loved it. I thought it was a neat change, like, to the equation. Like, you know, pro wrestling in North America has always been one place one week, one place the next, jumping around. I mean, all companies, not just even WWE. So them to have an actual residency and I don't know, like I was at first worried that the crowds would, as the shows went on, like, of course there'd be some of the same people, but there'd be less and less people because like, oh, I'm not going to that. And, you know what I mean? But
like the last 2 weeks, I'm not going again. Yeah.
Yeah. But you didn't see the same. I mean, there were some of the same people that went to a lot of the shows, but different people. The crowd was always loud, and I liked it. I'm looking forward to the Philly.
Good job. Oh yeah, the Philly one's gonna be amazing.
Yeah,
they did do a really good job booking it. Like, they booked the Hangman Mox title match for the last one, so that if you went to the second one and then you're like, oh, now I got to go again. Like, I'm not gonna miss that.
True.
Or people who didn't go, like, oh, I'm not gonna bother going to this. Then they book that. You're like, oh, now I have to go.
That's true. I never thought of it that way. That was.
I do kind of wish. I mean, the building looks really cool. I do kind of wish it looked a little bigger. I know it holds, like, I don't know, almost 2,000 people. Like, it holds like 1,500 or something. I don't remember the number.
Yeah.
But I wish it looked a little bigger because it looks like it's small, which is cool. But it kind of there's times when it looks like why are they having this in like the middle of a restaurant? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it looks a little weird. I liked it, but it was a little weird.
Well, I was gonna say, whenever we're done, I'll send you a link to. You don't have to watch the whole thing, obviously, but it was that show that I was at when there's no wrestling ring there, and like the camera would have been like roughly where like Shivani and like the announce desk was. When you see it that way, you don't realize how much the ring and the stage took up. Like,
yeah.
It's bigger than it looks, I guess, is what I
liked the camera work at it. There was, because it was smaller, there was a lot more like camera person on the floor shooting up at the ring. It looked pretty cool. I thought it looked really good.
Yeah. And I mean, of course, like the aesthetics with the balconies and just like those would have been like the coolest seats to have, because you would have seen everything.
And they used them really well. Like, they had Tony in one week. They had like Darby jump off a thing. Like, they used the building really well.
Yeah.
And I do like the smaller stage. I know people love the tunnels, the circle tunnels.
Oh, yeah.
But like, I think I'm kind of over. I've never really loved the circle tunnels, other than like nostalgia factor. I like just the screen that you just walk out from. I think it's a pretty good stage for them.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I like both, but yeah, it even though I just said that it fills up the whole room, it makes the room look bigger. I know. I know
what you mean.
Contradict myself. Yeah, that stage does make it look bigger, even though. It's
I
smaller.
like that the ramp is a decent length. In some buildings that they go to, you could, like, the ramp is really, really short. Like, they take like 5 steps and then they're in the ring, and it seems it's hard to do like a wrestler's intro. Like, Ospreay has his whole thing that he does on the ramp, and you can't really do that when the ramp is 10 feet long. So they still managed to get like a good size ramp. They got the stage in there. Like, it looked good. It looked really cool. I don't know where they're going after this. I think it's like Ohio or something, but it looked really cool so far.
Cincinnati, I believe. I think you're correct.
So yeah, it was fun. And the Philadelphia one's going to be. We talked about this before the podcast, that they're setting it up kind of like the ECW arena used to be set up,
which is going to be nuts.
I kind of hope there's no set for that. Like, they just have a curtain or something to look them out of. That would be really cool.
Like the old school fence that ECW used to have.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
That would be awesome. Just a random piece of fencing.
It's one thing I actually like that WWE does a lot of the time now, from what I've seen of it, is they don't have a really, depending on the arena, obviously, but they don't have a really big ramp. You know how they've always had that huge ramp?
Yeah.
And AEW has a huge ramp now. They, in some buildings, have like kind of an old school, like metal guardrail. They started it for Saturday night's main event, I think. They have just like a metal guardrail that the wrestlers walk out of, and it looks kind of old school and cool. I like that.
Oh, okay.
I would like to
does look
see
cool.
them do that in ECW arena. Have just like a
that'd
little,
be
like a
sick.
really skinny entranceway with a guardrail where like you kind of walk out through the fans. That would look cool.
That would look cool. Oh, that's gonna be a fun time.
Be really fun.
And is that also 2 weeks or 3 weeks?
It's 3 weeks. It's and it's ROH.
Oh
too.
yeah. It's from August till like September 11th, like the
it's
27th till the 11th or something.
Right before All Out, I think. Like there's a week in between the end of that and then All Out.
Okay. Oh, wow. Like time kind of like stood still for a minute in June, but then it like picked right back up, and it's like, oh, it's August already.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Like,
and this is like crazy AEW time where everything happens. They have All In, and then they have Forbidden Door, and then All Out. And
I love Forbidden Door season.
It's fun.
Love it. It is very fun. Well, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first? Go ahead.
We're talking about Forbidden Door. I'll go to my first topic. The Forbidden Door Tag Team Tournament.
Yes,
looks pretty obviously like it's going to be FTR versus the Young Bucks.
Yeah,
from what I can tell.
Yes.
I mean, that'll be a good match. They're always good. I'm kind of bored with FTR versus the Young Bucks. They've done it 4 times. They're good matches. Like they're great tag teams. I like the story they're doing with the Young Bucks. First of all, it's funny where like
it's
they're
hilarious,
just mistreated, and that's funny. I think it's good.
It is.
And I like that they're just reestablished. Like the Young Bucks are like, fine, we're going to reestablish ourselves as a good tag team. Like I like that. They're just, I like where it's going. I just feel like there's so many tag teams in AEW. They don't have to do FTR Young Bucks again so soon, in my opinion.
True. They could throw us a wild card, and we could end up with Brodito,
yeah.
And who's FTR
already made the final.
Yeah, FTR already advanced. I forgot. Okay.
I think FTR is going to end up winning, and then they're going to face Cope and Cage in Toronto. That would make sense to me.
Oh yeah, that would
make sense to me. FTR wins, that goes to Forbidden Door, faces the Hurt Syndicate, wins the titles, and then they face Cope and Cage in Toronto for the belts. That would make sense.
That does. Just real quick, a little off topic. What did you think of Christian's promo real quick?
He was a little distracted. I don't know if you noticed. Every so often, he'd stumble over something and then go, I'm conducting business, just to get the crowd to react so that he had a second to recompose himself.
Okay. Now, I thought until after the show when I went online, I totally thought he was doing that on purpose.
Right.
Like, do you think he was? That's what I was going to ask.
I don't know. I can't tell if he was doing that on purpose or maybe he was trying to because as a character try to like make himself seem confident when he's not confident. That could have been it.
That's what I mean, because they were so like timed poorly.
Yeah, like, it was timed poorly for sure.
Even him as a performer would know, like he would just be talking, stop and yell, I'm conducting. Like, he's better than that. So that's why I was like, and then everyone online was like, oh my God, Christian kind of lost it tonight. He blew that. And I was like, I thought he did it on purpose.
He is better than that, which it did surprise. I didn't think of it being on purpose. I thought he was like, maybe there was something in the crowd that was about like throwing him. I don't know. Right. But yeah, he's been in wrestling for 30 years or something. You feel like he wouldn't get thrown off by anything. He's probably had periods of Vince McMahon screaming obscenities in his ear while he's trying to talk.
Right.
So maybe he did do it on purpose. I don't know.
That's all I wanted to say, because like that was my, now I look at it differently. I was like, oh, if he was having problems, I kind of feel bad for him.
Yeah.
Because I thought he just did a really good job.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So while we're talking about
tag
teams, I mean, the tag division in AEW is going really well. I was just thinking they didn't have to book FTR versus I get why they did. Like, it makes sense for them to do it. I totally understand why. And the match will be good. But like, in addition to like Brodito, there's Crew, there's Top Flight, there's Jet Speed, there's Gates of Agony, who I love with Ricochet, by the way. I think
that's a great
group's great. Big Bill and Brian Keith are still a team. They were in this tournament, weren't they?
Yes.
Yeah. Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong. I think now they're going to be conglomeration. It seems like they're a team. The Outrunners still a team.
Man, there's a lot of tag teams.
Some combination of the Bang Bang Gang. I know which gun is hurt.
Colton's
hurt. Okay, but they did Juice and the other gun, so that worked. And then some combination of the Don Callis family. They could do two or three teams of Don Callis.
Oh yeah, members. Absolutely.
And do you think the Acclaimed might get back together?
I was thinking heel Acclaimed would be awesome.
Yeah,
but here's my thing though. Does heel Acclaimed do the same thing that I'm trying to put it into words. Like, does it just make them faces again by proxy because everyone's going to love that they're back together?
Yeah, they could be. I mean, that's always the problem when it's like when someone debuts for the company, like when Mercedes showed up in AEW.
Yeah.
She couldn't be a heel because people were just so excited to see her.
Exactly.
That she was going to get cheered. So yeah, if they got back together and they did a scissor thing, like people would cheer. People would go nuts.
I mean, the only thing that even if they beat up Billy, I don't think people would care.
No. They'd have to do what I think Jericho said when he turned heel in WWF 20 years ago. I think Mick Foley's done it too. Take everything that people liked about you and don't do the thing.
Yeah, just totally fake the scissor.
Yeah, don't do the scissor, don't do the raps, don't do anything funny. Just be you have to be the Acclaimed, but have a new gimmick essentially.
Yeah. And do the typical heel, no redeeming quality, no more bright colors for that would be awesome.
Nothing funny, nothing interesting, nothing catchy, no catchphrases, no.
Yeah, and even them being not even snarky heels, just straight up.
Right.
I don't even want to look at them, but
conceited jerks, they're full of themselves. They're just jerks. They're not funny. They're not. Yeah.
Like MJF.
Right.
I mean, MJF gets away with being semi baby face every now and again because
he's funny and people like him. Yeah.
And he's that good.
Yeah.
He can weave in and out of it. And then not everybody has that talent. But if you would give them an MJF type characters, excuse me, and just make them straight up heels, that would honestly, that's kind of what the division lacks. FTR is they're heels, the Bucks are heels, but they're again, with lack of a better word, they're comedy heels.
Right.
It's horrible to say because they're better than that, but there's not a Don.
There's not too many really hated heels. Yeah.
Yeah, Don Callis type.
Outside of the Don Callis family, Lance Archer and Brian Cage, who I think is injured, right? When they were a team, they were a real heel team that people hated. But you're right. It's a lot of faces. Or people who are heels, but people cheer for. Right. You're right. And I think it would help the Acclaim because Max Caster kind of got over with the "Let's go, Max, you're the best," but that's funny,
crazy, yeah,
it's amazing. It's so stupid that it got over. And Anthony Bowens is a good wrestler and he has a cool gimmick, but I don't know, it doesn't seem to be working that well.
See, me, Brett, and Steph were talking about this when we were watching All In. He needs to drop the 5-tool player part because that's such a baseball reference. That's how players are rated before the draft. And a 5-tool player is an ace pick,
right?
Which again, that's fine. I understand Bowens comes from a baseball background, but the fact that he has to explain what that means every time he says it, just be the pride of pro wrestling. That would take off.
And also the 5-tool player thing is a little it's a more heel gimmick. In my opinion.
True. Because you're telling everyone how great you are.
It's like MJF always saying he's a generational talent. That doesn't work if you're a face, right? You seem obnoxious. Yeah, the pride of pro wrestling is a face gimmick.
Yeah.
And it would work. It would catch on.
1,000%.
Yeah, he should have went with just that.
Yeah.
Plus you can't really have two gimmicks.
True.
No offense to him, but a main event guy can have two gimmicks. A MJF or a Bryan Danielson or a Hangman Page can have multiple catchphrases. that all get over, right?
True.
But Anthony Bowens is pretty mid card and new to singles
Yes.
in
Yes.
AEW at least, so he should stick with one thing. And the
Yeah.
Pride of Pro Wrestling is a better gimmick.
Agreed. I mean, that would. I mean, just the T-shirt sales alone. That's all you'd have to. It's all you'd have to write on it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, anyways, yeah, I think he needs to drop the 5-tool player or become the 5-tool player and make that part of the new heel Acclaimed. That would be sick.
If he was the 5-tool player and the best wrestler alive, and they were just super cocky and they were full of themselves, and like,
yes.
we're not come out and cut a promo of like, we did all that. We tried to pander to the fans and get people to like you and sell T-shirts and get pops, and what did that do for us? And just become jerks. Like, just we're the best, we're the greatest. Yeah, that would work better.
Now, just off topic real quick, because it just popped in my head. The fact that on Collision that Roosh didn't understand the 5-minute rule, and like they had to have like Excalibur kept trying to like, it's like, well, like there's a giant clock behind him that was counting down, like all he had to do is turn around.
At first I thought it was like, oh, he doesn't care about the 5 minutes.
Exactly.
Right? He's just going to beat him up as long as he wants because he doesn't care. But then he got upset when the timer ran out. So like, he did care. He just didn't know how it worked. Like, Bruce knows how to count. Like,
exactly.
He understands time.
And then there's a giant 30-foot clock behind him counting down from 5.
And the crowd is counting down as it ends. And he's just like, what? There's a timer?
I could honestly say I was cracking up whenever Excalibur's like, whoa, he didn't quite understand. Like, no, it's called the 5-minute challenge.
Right. And it's not the first time they've done this. They've done this for months.
Yes. Yeah, like I understand Excalibur, like you're supposed to put it over, but like don't say he doesn't understand.
Yeah,
the rules.
say he doesn't care, right? Say
yes,
he doesn't care about the rules. He's just gonna do whatever he wants. Fine.
Yeah, he doesn't understand how time works, ladies and gentlemen.
He's a grown man who doesn't understand the concept of 5 minutes.
Yeah, yes, he refuses to learn the concept of time. Anyways, yeah. Other than that, back to the tag team division where we were. That's also another tag team in Rush and Dralistico.
Right.
So yeah, they're I wonder why they're doing this.
I mean, I think there's a conscious effort to put a focus back on the tag division because for a while there was no focus on the tag division.
Good call.
But it just seems weird that there is a conscious effort to put the focus back on it. Like, they have so many teams who are getting time on and then they're like, we're gonna do FTR and the Young Bucks again. I'm like, you already no, do another team.
Yeah,
I have nothing against FTR or the Young Bucks. They're both good and they both have good matches against each other, but also they're both heels. So it was weird to have them have a match. So like, I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe what are they called?
Brodito.
Maybe Brodito wins.
Yeah. Apparently there were I thought that the Outrunners were going to beat them, and apparently there were rumors that they wanted the Outrunners to like beat them. I was
surprised the Outrunners didn't beat them this week, to be honest.
Or was it this week that they wrestled?
They wrestled the Bucks this week, didn't they?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. And
I know there was rumors before when the Bucks had the tag titles that they wanted the Outrunners to beat them.
Yeah, they wanted to drop the titles to the Outrunners.
Yeah.
I thought that they would have had the Outrunners beat them in this tournament just as like a little curveball, but that didn't happen either.
Yeah.
And if they just wanted to do this, like, I mean, I understand like it's how the tournament works, but you could have just said like taken those teams out of the tournament, put 2 other teams in, and then just had FTR interrupt the Bucks in a promo and then been like, oh, okay, you want to do this again? Okay,
right.
We will.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't know. You didn't need to put it in tournament form.
Yeah, it didn't, and especially when there's so many other teams that could have used a tournament victory, or like say FTR is going to win, right? Assume FTR is going to win the tournament and they're going to fine. But they could have put, Jet Speed or the Outrunners or someone again, or I mean, the Outrunners already had a bunch of matches with FTR, but Jet Speed or like Crew or somebody.
Yeah. Totally.
Top Flight against FTR and like giving them kind of a bump, because even if they would have lost to them, if you have a really good match with FTR, that looks good.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I like those. This isn't me, crapping on the Bucks.
Mhm.
I like them. I like what they're doing. They're funny right now. This gimmick
Yes.
is funny. This angle is good. Did you see on Instagram they posted like a photo of one of the? I think they posted a photo. The AEW account posted a photo of Matt Jackson, but tagged Nick Jackson on it,
Oh no, that's amazing though.
which I thought was great.
That's amazing. That's really good.
So like, and then people are like, you're not even the. So it was either the social, like it was obvious on purpose. It was
Right.
either the social people in character don't know the difference, or they do know the difference and we're tagging the other one on purpose just to piss them off, which I
Right.
think is funnier.
Oh, that's great. That's so great.
I like them just not having theme music and just being announced as like Matt and Nick Jackson.
Oh, when they came back from commercial and they were
Yeah.
already in the ring, I instantly just started laughing. I was like, "This is the greatest."
And the
thing
way
ever.
they announced them, it's like they didn't even say the Young Bucks. They're like, and their opponents, Matt and Nick Jackson, and that was it.
So good. It's so good. Oh, I love it. What do you wanna move on? You got more?
Yeah, I'll move on to my second one and not to steal
Yeah.
your thunder, but
No, dude,
my second one's related because we were talking about tag titles anyway.
yes.
The Hurt Syndicate
Yes.
and MJF. Did I miss something? Because like it seemed like out of nowhere, Lashley was just like, "You're not in our group anymore." And I'm like, "What did he actually like?" He was annoying, but wasn't he always annoying? Why? Like, I feel like I missed something.
Well, there was that he didn't come out and save them one show when they got jumped. And then he said, "Where were you guys?" And that kind of sat wrong. And then Bobby attacked him back. Did you see that?
I saw that, yeah.
Okay.
And I saw when Copeland for some reason hired them. I didn't know they were for hire. That was a little weird.
Yeah, that was weird. But like, I guess that's a way of them saying WWE without them saying that they used to work together.
Right.
Like they knew each other from the past and he knew that he could make a deal. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like that they're splitting them up because the introduction of MJF to the Hurt Syndicate, like when he was trying to get in, I thought that was pretty clever. I mean, outside of that 1 week when they had the women in the watch, that was kind of stupid.
That was, yeah.
But outside of that, like the thumbs up thing was funny, and calling him Bob all the time, like that was funny. I liked that. Since he's joined it, they've kind of just been like, eh.
Yeah.
So I like that they're getting him. I think they realized that and are like, yeah, it was better to just have him be at odds with them. Like, don't get along that well. Kind of be, even if he's going to stay in the group, they don't get along that well.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, do you think he goes? I think he goes.
Yeah, I think he gets in the thing with Hangman, which it seems like where they're going. Because he's also biting off too much now, MJF. Now that he's got the Hurt Syndicate behind him, now he's like, he's messing with Mystico. He's messing with Mark Briscoe. He's messing with Hangman. Like, I think that they're going to be like, oh, when we're behind you, you act like a big shot. Well, we're not going to be behind you anymore. And now you've made all these enemies that you're going to have to deal with on your own.
Oh, that's true. He just won a title too in Mexico.
Right.
I forget who he beat.
I did see someone online say MJF has wrestled more matches in Mexico this year than in
the United States. Yeah. Right, true. Yeah, I want, like, I don't necessarily like want him out of the Hurt Syndicate, like, but I think he's going to be out of it.
Yeah. And I do like what he's doing. I like his gimmick with Hangman where he's like, I'm not going to cash in the title shot. I'm going to earn it. And that in the back of his mind, he's like, I'm going to earn the title shot. And then even if I lose, I still have this. I can like,
oh yeah.
Like even if I lose the match, I could see him, earning it, winning like a number one contenders match or something. And then, having some like, 35-minute long match with Hangman and Hangman wins. And then MJF is like, wait, I get another, like this, I'm signing it now. I want to keep going. I could see that. That would be fun.
That would be. Now, just again, a small little curveball off topic here. We've had a heel champion in Mox for, it was a year roughly.
Yeah.
Uh, do you think Hangman stays champion for at least 6 months?
Yeah, I think so.
Same
I think
here.
it makes sense. And I like what he's doing. I really like Hangman's gimmick right now, where he's like, first of all, you didn't see the world title and you didn't see the world title defended very often. So now I'm going to be here all the time with the
Yeah.
world title, and I'm going to like be here all the time to show it to you, to show how I'm different. And also his first reign, people kind of dumped on because it did. I mean, his first reign is good, but it wasn't great. So I can see that in his eyes. He's like, oh yeah, but I had this title before and it wasn't great. So now I'm going to make it great. I'm going to like do whatever I can to like make as many challenges, fight off as many opponents. Like I'm going to make this right. I'm going to make this reign better.
Yeah. Oh man, it's going to be so good. I just, everything about Hangman's great.
When do you think they do Hangman MJF? Is it going to be a while or is it going to be soon? What do you think?
Well, my guess would not be Forbidden Door because he's in this Mexico kick now. Like I have a feeling he's going to wrestle Mystico at Forbidden Door. MJF, that is. Yeah. So what all in's next, right? All out. Excuse me. That's the one you're going to.
That's right. I'll be there.
I could see them doing it if that's at the end of September too, right?
Yeah. The only other way I could see him doing it is if he did it at World's End at the end of the year, because he lost the title at World's End 2 years ago. And I could see him wanting to win it back. Be like, I'm going to make up for that.
Okay.
And win it back there. But I don't know. All Out makes more sense. I don't think they'll do it at Forbidden Door either. Also, because they're doing Athena and Tony at Forbidden Door, right? So they've already had.
Oh, that's true.
They've already done one of the cash-ins. So they're not going to do a second cash-in. But then who does Hangman face? I guess someone from New Japan or something, right?
Yeah. Let's see who.
Because they've already I think they already, I don't know, officially or unofficially, Swerve and Okada are a match.
Yeah.
The tag title thing is a match. Tony and Athena is a match. Yeah, I wonder who Hangman faces. I don't really know what's going on in New Japan these days.
Yeah, same here. I was just gonna say, unless it's like a Bullet Club person that like from the past, but
yeah,
I don't know who is there or who's doing what now.
Yeah, not sure.
Anyway,
but yeah, that's my MJF Hurt Syndicate thing. I think it makes sense. They did. I feel like they sped it up. I feel like they realized something wasn't working, and they're like, you know what? Let's just end it, because it did
good call.
Kind of out of nowhere, not out of nowhere. Like they did explain it, but it went really fast.
Yeah,
I think it was we're just gonna mix this up. We'd rather do MJF do something else, and I think that works.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm okay with it. The Hurt Syndicate doesn't need him and he doesn't need them. Like if MVP wasn't there, MJF makes sense because he could be the mouthpiece.
Right.
And him being in a group with a mouthpiece makes no sense because he doesn't need MVP.
Right.
Yeah, like I don't know, but whatever. I'm splitting hairs now.
Yeah. All right, your turn.
My turn. Hold on, I have to open my notes up. All right, my topic is the TNT title, and I think the TNT title is finally back on track. What me and you have talked about it a million times, that it started out as the good mid-card title, and then everybody and their mother had it there for a minute, and it was changing hands, too often,
and like weirdly changing hands with like, it was weird.
Yeah. It kind of went back. We kind of got back on track with Adam Cole. So like hats off to Adam Cole. Like he was a good champion.
Yeah.
Garcia was also a good champion, but Dustin not only deserved the championship, but not taken away from Adam Cole. He put a legacy to the title now. Like there have been multiple, like Brody Lee has had it. Has Jericho had it?
No.
Okay. Cody has had it.
I'm surprised he hasn't, to be honest, but no.
Yeah. True. Brody Lee, Cody, like big names have had the title now. I mean, in the past too, but like now it's back to like, okay, a big name just had it in
And it
Dustin.
meant something to Dustin. Like he cared a lot about
Yes.
it. Like he had it for a short time, but it meant something to him. Yeah.
Yes. And that's now, of course, like a heel has it. So like the heel is like, oh, go home and cry, Dustin. Like, they don't care. But, again, Kyle Fletcher is somebody that he's going to be a great heel champion because,
Yeah.
I mean, first off, Callis. Don Callis could make someone hate a salt shaker. Like, like seriously, it's he all Kyle has to do is put the belt over his shoulder and let Don do all the talking.
Yeah.
And
I haven't seen anyone not to cut you off, but I haven't
yeah.
seen in recent years someone take off like Kyle Fletcher has in like a year and a bit.
Yeah.
Like he was in Aussie Open, which was a good team. And then suddenly, like now he's like he's going to be a main event star.
Yeah. And like, I hate to say it, but Mark Davis getting hurt was probably the best thing ever to happen to Kyle Fletcher.
It's true. Because he took off.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, for sure.
Well, it's funny that you said that because my next talking point is Kyle Fletcher going to be the next Brody Lee for the title? Like, like Brody Lee was a big name in the indies, and then he was Luke Harper, and then he came to AEW when he won the title. It like it's kind of known as his title, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Like him and Cody. Yeah.
Yeah. Does Kyle Fletcher bring it into like a new era of, I think he is that good,
Yeah, and I think he's that good, and he's like it's positioning it properly as like he's a future star, and he has the belt, and that like Adam Cole, like he did a great job. He's a great wrestler, but he's an established star already. He's not
right.
He was already established. Like Kyle Fletcher is a future star on the rise, and everyone knows that.
Yeah.
And he's like he's young and talking about people caring about it. He's going to care about this title a ton. Like he's going to gloat about it. He's going to hug it. He's going to have it. Like it's going to be everywhere. Like he's going to make this I think you're right. I think he's going to make this title something again, which it kind of needs to be, because now that they got rid of the international title.
Yeah.
They need like a strong upper mid-card title.
And I think that's what's happened here. I mean,
like Mercedes did for the TBS title.
Exactly. And just like Mercedes, I think Kyle is going to be he's going to have a very long run, if not the longest run.
I could see him holding it for a long time.
Yeah. I was going to look that up earlier, and then it slipped my mind till right now.
I could see Kyle Fletcher within like the next couple of years being like world title level though.
100%.
For sure. I think he'll hold this title for a long time. It'll get him to the main event, like his work with and then he'll drop it once he's like ready to move up.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to be like Ospreay level.
Yeah.
In like 2 years.
Yeah, for sure.
And that was mine was short.
Yeah. And I like where they're going with the TNT title finally, because you're right. It was nothing for a while, and they tried with like Daniel Garcia. Daniel Garcia is a great wrestler, but I don't know. He's just like the crowd likes him too. It's not like he's not over, but he just does. He's a future star, but he's not a like star in 2 years like Kyle Fletcher is. Like Kyle Fletcher could be main event star in 2 years. Daniel Garcia will be a star, but maybe like 4 or 5 years.
Well, yeah. Kyle Fletcher. People, if you don't know, Kyle Fletcher came from New Japan, where Daniel Garcia was just an indie, not saying just an indie wrestler. I mean, it's you put your body through hell,
right? But not like TV established.
Yeah, like I mean, Kyle Fletcher was part of the biggest promotion in Japan, right. And Daniel Garcia was still riding in cars to the next show. Right. Like, again, nothing against that. That's awesome that he had that work ethic. But, Kyle Fletcher being that young does come from a huge company.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that Dan Garcia won't be a main event guy.
Oh, no, right.
It'll be several years from now.
Fletcher just is roughly the same age, just has more experience on a bigger stage. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And he has Don Callis,
And he has Don Callis.
Yeah, it's like him and Takeshita are going to
Yeah.
be, they're going to be like those guys that are connected forever. And sometimes they'll be on the same
Yeah.
side and sometimes they won't be on the same side, and they'll kind of move up the card together. And,
Never
5 years
thought of
from
that.
now, they'll be main event guys, both of them. Like, that'll be pretty cool.
Well, that's crazy. I never thought of it, but you're right. Yeah, that's awesome.
It's cool that AEW has been around long enough and will be around long enough, because it will be,
Yes.
that you get to see things develop, like wrestlers grow in the company and
Yeah.
get big, guys who started off as, opening card guys end up in main event roles. It's pretty cool.
It is. And I mean, we're still in the infancy stages of the company, but like,
yeah, it's still like, what, 6 years old?
Yeah. I mean, you have people like, well, Anna Jay, every time Anna Jay is on TV and has a match, that's how many matches she has had in real life. Like,
Yeah.
It's crazy. Sky Blue, Julia Hart started on the YouTube show.
Yeah.
So many like up and comers just, used the open door that AEW has for indie wrestlers and kicked that door open and took advantage of it.
And I mean, it's smart of AEW because I mean,
Yeah.
they have money, they can hire people, obviously, but it's always, first of all, cheaper and generally better to like get people, grow them yourselves, because then they get used to your company and how to wrestle in your company and how to work with you. Like, and obviously WWE will sign some people. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Kyle Fletcher in 5 years goes to WWE. Like, he might, we don't know. It's possible.
He could. Yeah. He
right?
totally
He easily could. So the more people you have that are young and talented and moving up, like, you could lose a few and you're fine because there's somebody else, right? Like,
yeah.
You want to be in a position where like no one guy tanks your whole company. That like, if someone, like, obviously if Hangman left or something, it would be a big deal, or Swerve or whoever, but it wouldn't tank the whole company. They would have people that they could move on.
Right.
And if, Hangman and Swerve and whoever all get injured or leave, or they have, people who can move into their spots, and then people below them will move up, and like, they have a good level of competition in AEW now.
Yeah. And their system that they built, like,
and that's without like a real development territory.
Yeah. So I was just gonna say, the system they built with the Rhodes Wrestling Academy, like, that is just a wrestling school. That's not a like a performance center type, you know what I mean? Like, me and you could go to the Rhodes Wrestling Academy.
Right.
It's not that elite of a thing,
Yeah.
If your check clears, you're in.
Right. I mean, I think they'll eventually end up with a performance center type thing and an official like development company, like an NXT, like maybe they'll use ROH for that or something. Like, I think eventually they will, but I mean, that stuff costs money. Right. So not that they don't have money, but you're not going to immediately spend however many millions of dollars setting up a whole performance thing when you're a brand new company.
Right.
And maybe when you're a 10-year-old company, you do that. I don't know, but they managed to do it so far.
And I mean, take advantage of what you have. Like Dustin, I mean, he just signed another long-term contract, another 6 years. But in that 6 years, like, I doubt he's going to be wrestling. There's probably more. He's probably going to become your head trainer. Him and QT are probably going to become the head trainers. Now the conundrum with that would be, Cody still is part owner with Dustin.
Right?
Would WWE make Cody sell his part off? If Tony's
I don't know.
gone?
That was interesting because I know when Cody was like, I think it was on the run up to WrestleMania or something, he went to the Rhodes Wrestling Academy to like, this is, I want to talk to some young guys, and now I'm world champion, and I'm going to, like, he went there. Like, I don't know if it was on TV or like on their social media or something, but he went there, like, when WWE cameras filmed him being there talking to young talent, whatever. Yeah. So they obviously know, right? And he's a part, but like WWE doesn't share. So what's going to happen? I don't know what's going to happen there.
Unless it's like one of those things where, I mean, Cody is part owner, as in he makes sure the bills are paid, but like Dustin runs it. So, like, I don't know what Cody's day to day is there. He might, if Dustin does all the work and Cody, you know what I mean? WWE's like, so what?
But I could see there being a time, like, say they're training some, awesome future
Oh,
star
that's
who's
true.
20 years old, and WWE knows that and is like, oh, we want to sign them. And then the person's like, oh no, I've been talking to Dustin about going to AEW. That sounds
Yeah.
really good. He's like, no, you don't understand. We get to sign you. We're WWE. Like, are they going to claim rights over something?
Right.
Or, you know what I mean? Like, because they do that.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
they're not just the fun, happy company that loves wrestling. They're an evil, massive corporation. But anyway,
they are definitely that.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Yes.
Do you have another one?
I'm out. You have one
All right.
more though, right?
I've got one more.
Yes.
And okay. Blood and Guts time is usually around this time. It's like summer or September, right? It's usually Blood and Guts time. And I generally thought up until recently that Blood and Guts was going to be, some combination of the Death Rider versus AEW. That's what it seemed like it was going to be.
I agree.
Would have made sense. But I don't think that anymore because Hangman stuff with Mox seems like it's kind of over now. He's beat him twice, and that seems like that's done. Mox has moved on to Darby, and that's not really a thing anymore, as far as I can tell. Swerve's moved on, like he's feuding with Okada now. So that Samoa Joe's out, Ospreay's out, at least for a while. So I don't know. I can't see it being a Death Riders versus AEW thing because I don't know who AEW would be besides Darby and some people. Like the Bucks aren't really involved with the Death Riders anymore. Like they kind of all this stuff kind of ended, and it should have. Like it was the end of the storyline. It makes sense to end it. And so now I'm not going to take credit for this idea because I did read it on the internet, but I don't remember who said it.
Okay.
But is this the year you have a woman's Blood and Guts?
Oh yeah, and I think they just set it up
because they set it up really well on Collision.
Yeah, definitely. That's the first thing I thought of.
Easily do the Triangle of Madness, which is a terrible name in my opinion. I think
terrible
it's
name. Terrible
cool
name.
Faction, terrible name.
But I picked something out.
Yeah.
Okay. Triangle of Madness. TOM. That is Malachi's real name, Tommy. And that's Julia's mentor.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense, but I don't like the name.
It's still a dumb name, but like that's my justified. Like I could be total coincidence that it's still Storm.
So here's what I'm thinking.
Sorry,
that team's pretty set. Tekla, Julia, Sky Blue, and Megan Bane, Penelope Ford. That seems like if you're going to do 5, that's your team. Now the other team would be Anna Jay, Ty Mello, Queen Amanada, probably Willow because they set that up on Collision. And then there's another spot. Is it Statlander?
Yeah.
Because because Stat and Willow still have this. We're not friends, but we don't hate each other. Like Willow walked by her and like didn't even acknowledge her this week. Like they're like they don't hate each other, but they're all Willow just doesn't want to talk to her.
Yeah, I think good call. I think that's what we have. I think Statlander's the other one. Because she's the only other one that makes sense.
She's the only one that makes sense in the storyline. Like you could play on this. Obviously, there's other women wrestlers, but she's the only one who makes sense in the story. Like Thunder Rosa is apparently injured, so she's not going to be there.
Yeah. Real quick, going back to the TNT title, Dustin just announced he needs surgery. I
wonder if that's real or if that's a gimmicked one because Kyle Fletcher quote unquote stabbed him with the screwdriver in the leg, even though obviously he didn't.
Right.
I wonder if that's real. Like he does, if he actually needs surgery, or if it's a gimmick surgery, or if he needed surgery, so they made up an angle.
I'd never even thought about that it could be a gimmick. But it would make sense with the screwdriver thing.
It would be a good way to write him off. Like maybe he doesn't want to wrestle for a while. He needs a break. He's old, obviously. Maybe he just needs a few months off. Or maybe he like legitimately needed knee surgery, but it could wait. Right. So they're like, we're going to come up with a gimmick.
I never thought of it that way, but interesting. I hope he's okay, but wow, that's 2 times I fell for the bait.
I'm not sure what it is. I don't know. Like I could be either. So I don't know.
Anyway, I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Yeah, but women's Blood and Guts, I think it's time.
Agreed.
There isn't a men's feud that would work. Like you could do Death Riders and put some people from AEW on the other side, like Darby, and I don't think Hangman anymore because Hangman's beaten Mox twice. They don't need to continue that anymore.
That's done.
The Bucks are kind of out of it, so you'd have Mox, Yuta, Claudio, maybe Gabe Kidd, and maybe Pac if he's back. I don't know. And then it would be Darby and Samoa Joe's out. Ospreay's probably out. And if he's back, he's probably not going to jump right into this again.
Yeah.
Swerve is with Okada, so that's kind of out.
Yeah. Who else could? You could do you could have like an international team because it's like
Forbidden Door season.
Door season, but then there's usually a build to Blood and Guts. They're not just like, oh, and by the way, next week's Blood and Guts. So it's like,
yeah,
I
don't think it makes sense to do a men's one this year. There isn't really a feud that makes sense for it.
I agree. I totally agree. Unless they do no, because they're having the tournament. I was going to say, unless they do like a 4-way dance
with tag teams.
With tag teams. But no, they're doing a tournament, so that doesn't make sense.
Or do they not do it? I mean, they haven't announced it. They may not do it.
Well, there's also that. But yeah, I mean, I think the ending of Collision pretty much sold me on there being a women's Blood and Guts. I mean, that's the only thing that I thought about.
Yeah, I hope they do it because
same.
Blood and Guts is like there's always a thing with gimmick matches that, I mean, obviously you want to have them yearly because that establishes them as a tradition and whatever, right? It makes sense. Right. But there's always the problem of you kind of have to have a feud that works for Blood and Guts, and
you have
without it feeling forced, right? Like it's not like, oh, it's July, so now let's make some teams. Like you have to do something. Like it has to make sense in some way.
And you kind of have to it has to give something finality. Like you can't be in the middle of a feud and have Blood and Guts. Like it has to end something.
Right. Yeah. The last couple of years, I mean, the first time was 2021. They did it in May, but then they did June, the end of June, July 19th, July 24th. So it's usually around this time.
Interesting. I think they, if they don't do a Blood and Guts, this at least led to a lights out match with these 8
men, like maybe a women's anarchy in the arena or something.
Yeah.
I think maybe they might do if they're in Ohio, which is Mox's home. I think they're in Cincinnati, which is Mox's hometown or close to his hometown. So they might do something they're obviously going to do something big with Mox there. They might do Blood and Guts there, but that's like really short notice. That's an odd thing to do.
Yeah, that like I said, they usually build a little bit.
Yeah. And they wouldn't do it in Philadelphia. I mean, cool in Philadelphia. But that arena is really small. They're not going to be able to fit 2 rings and a giant cage inside there. Maybe they do like a 5-on-5 women's like anarchy in the arena, but it's like the ECW arena, and it's just nuts in a small building where they just go crazy for a while.
Yeah, I was just looking up to see if there was anything like speculation. No speculation.
Yeah, because otherwise it doesn't fit.
Yeah,
we have Forbidden Door, which was the end of August, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's like in England, so they have to go to England, obviously.
Oh yeah, that is over there.
And that's with New Japan, so like New Japan's not going to be necessarily involved in Blood and Guts necessarily. So I don't know. It's odd. This week is in Cleveland, right? And then next week's in so August 13th is Cincinnati, which is Mox's hometown. But like they're not going to do it in like 2 weeks' notice. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think either.
They're not going to announce Blood and Guts on Wednesday for the next week.
Unless they announce it for England, like as like even a bigger show for them.
Yeah, like the show before Forbidden Door.
Before Forbidden, yeah.
Yeah, they could do it because that's a show in Glasgow. They could do it there.
I mean,
because then there's Forbidden Door after that, and then they're in Philadelphia, which like obviously they can do hardcore stuff, but they're not going to do Blood and Guts there.
Right.
And then it's all out. They're not going to have it all out.
Yeah, well, by the time they're done in Philly, it's September. So there goes your summer.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm looking at the schedule. They have this week so I'm just doing Dynamites because it's not going to be on Collision. It's probably going to be in Dynamite.
Right.
So this week's Cleveland, Ohio. They're not obviously not doing it this week or this next Dynamite. The week after, August 13th, Cincinnati. Like it would kind of make sense because it's Mox's hometown. But like that means they'd have to announce it and it's in a week after that.
Yeah, that
which they're not going to do.
That doesn't make sense.
Then they have Glasgow, the Dynamite in the UK. So, I mean, they could do it in Scotland. I guess that would kind of be cool.
Yeah.
And that would help sell tickets. And then Forbidden Door. So they're not going to do it at Forbidden Door.
No.
Then it's Philadelphia for 3 weeks. So they're not going to do it there. Then London, Ontario for Dynamite. But that's the one right before All Out. They're not going to do it right before All Out. Then All Out. Then Dynamite in Pittsburgh.
And then Dynamite in Pittsburgh. Crazy. And the Pittsburgh definitely can't have it there.
Too small?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know where they could do it unless they do it. Unless they don't have it. It seems like they may not have it.
Yeah.
Maybe they replace it with some crazy brawl in the ECW arena.
That's what I was just going to say. Maybe they'll do like well, they're not. I almost jumped the gun. I was like, maybe they'll have a barbed wire match, and they're not going to have a barbed wire match on TNT.
Yeah, maybe they'll do something crazy and call it like Anarchy in the 2300 arena or something, and do it there.
Yeah,
I hope it's a women's one though, because that would make way more sense.
They did that on purpose.
Yeah,
they definitely did that to set something up.
They set that up. I think they do a women's 5-on-5, and I think they. For the men's, for the ECW arena, they do something with like Mox and Darby because they can jump off stuff.
True.
And cause chaos. Is there anything to jump off in that arena? It's all like just one floor, right? There's no.
It's all just anything. No. Unless they do something at the 2300, but just with one ring and like maybe have like a crazy new cage that we don't know about or something.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It will be fun. I mean, like, just looking at the schedule is like packed. Like this week is fine. Like the next 2 weeks aren't massive episodes. They're just like regular Dynamites. But then you get into Glasgow, Forbidden Door, all the Philadelphia shows, then All Out.
Toronto, and then
wow. It's gonna be fun.
It's time's moving.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts?
No.
Same.
I've enjoyed this. It was kind of a nuts week for me, so I watched everything not on the day I should have watched it. But it was fun. Like I loved the arena, the small arena that they're in. I love that they're doing another set of small arena shows.
Those are fun, I agree.
And I think it works for them because the pay-per-views always sell really well. They always sell tickets to all the pay-per-views. But I agree that it is hard with a roster the size of AEW's and with everything going on in terms of booking, and they give people time off, et cetera, et cetera. It's hard to sell tickets for a weekly show because if you're going, the show in Pittsburgh in September, you have no clue what's on that show. Like
exactly.
None
and
right?
you might not know until like 2 days before.
Right. And there's a portion of the audience like who would just go because it's AEW. I'm going to go because I like AEW and but that's only a portion of the audience. There's another portion of the audience who's like, oh, I would go if Heyman's going to be there or Mox or whoever. But like, you don't know until maybe that week. Right. So having them in a small building for Dynamite and Collision works because you're going to get a crowd of 2,000 people who's super excited, and they will watch and be happy whatever you show them because it's always good. And then have your pay-per-view and sell 15,000 seats for pay-per-view. I think it's a good strategy.
It is a good strategy,
and it's working because like the Forbidden Door in the UK is like massively almost sold out. Like they opened up the space behind.
Yeah, you were showing me that. That's nuts.
And the show in Toronto is like, it's 2 months away now, but it's almost 2 months away. But they've already outpaced last year's All Out, and they're on pace for what they did Forbidden Door, which is like 14,000 or something. So if they have a pay-per-view of 17,000 followed by one of 14,000, and they just had 27,000, like they're clearly doing well. Like whatever they're doing is working.
They're at the Toronto Maple Leafs Arena. I don't know the name of it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Scotiabank Arena.
Scotia. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, it slipped my mind. And that's how many is that for? You said 14.
Forbidden Door did 14. They technically could do, like Forbidden Door 2 years ago did 14. They could technically do what they're doing in London and open the space behind this, like this second deck above the stage. They could open that and sell like 17 or something.
Okay.
So
interesting. Oh
yeah, it'll be fun.
It'll be great.
They still haven't announced the Dynamite before Toronto is in London, Ontario. They haven't announced the Collision, and they didn't say that Dynamite is a Dynamite and Collision.
Oh,
so I wonder where the Collision's going to be. It'll be fun to find that out. I hope it's Maple Leaf Gardens, even though it's small. They do it there.
I was gonna say, is that where the what are they called? The Marleys or something?
Marley's play in the other one. It's the Coca-Cola closet. That's why they had Dynamite last time it was here.
Oh, okay.
And that's like that can hold like 8. It's probably the same size as the venue in Pittsburgh. It's like 8,000.
Yeah, that's about the peak, like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, they could do it there, but its Collision doesn't really sell that well. I would like to have it Maple Leaf Gardens because I know Adam Copeland has said he always wanted to wrestle in Maple Leaf Gardens. That'd be cool. It's a small building, like it's still an arena. It's half grocery store, but half arena now.
It's amazing that it's a grocery.
It probably holds like 2,000 people, so that would work.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
that's amazing. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. I'm sorry, I have no outro written, so thank you again. We are at Elite City Pod on all social media. We're on YouTube. Also, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Leave a comment too. It also helps.
It is.
So yeah, thank you.
And
very
let us
much
know what you think of Blood and Guts.
Yes,
or if they're going to do that. Yeah, there. You have a topic prompt now. You have something to write. What do you think they're going to do with Blood and Guts? Are they going to have it? Is it going to be men? Is it going to be women? Let us know.
Yeah, interact. Interact with us, and we will see you next week. So until then, later.